Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's right. 3 down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
180. I got you, boy. Double time.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Eckler. And an alley to run. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Set. 180. Go, go, go. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Regular.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. It's complete to Watt. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mayfield. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Panthers' 10-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's brought down. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Hey, alert! Up. 55. Recon, 152 fighter.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Mayfield going to take it on a sneak. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Buccaneers 7, Panthers 0.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
First down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Out of the shotgun is Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On third down, Mariota. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Here's Tyler Newsome now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mayfield looks to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, Mayfield. Then he finds Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
From the 45 on second down, Mayfield. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyreek Hill. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Going on the ground with Eckler. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mayfield off the play fake. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield to throw it. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense.
Down. 10 Lobo. 54 Mike.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Get it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. They snap it on 4th to Hill. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler, Byron Jones. He's at the 30. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone plunk it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz good on the extra point. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, Grant, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Where are they, team?
At the 35-yard line.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
29 is Mike. Mike 29.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
This is Grant. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
To throw is Mariota. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check out, hot, hot.
Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now Mayfield got his man there, complete to Gallup. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Every time I see a coach challenge a spot, that makes me a little bit nervous for that coach. Those are very difficult to get overturned.
Well, the biggest reason, correct me if I'm wrong, is just technology. A lot of times you just don't have the angle.
Yeah, I think all the coaches, when they want to challenge that type of a play, they want to put the magnets or the things, the sensors in the ball to show exactly where it is. But right now, it's all about us humans.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll run it with Gore. He's got a 1st down past the 30. There goes Frank Gore. The 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Frank Gore, 84 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. When they dialed up that 4th down run, something tells me they didn't envision it hitting all the way up in the end zone.
No, I think you're right about that, but how many times do we witness short yardage runs, stacked defensive front, everyone pressing the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, there's not much help on the backside there.
If you pop through, there's no one back there, and we just witnessed it there. A long sprint to the end zone. Probably looking around wondering, where did everyone go?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He don't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mariota now. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's coming. We got double up.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. From the red zone now, Mariota. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Here is Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
And I think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now McCoy. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. The quick slant caught. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Yeah, baby.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Point it right. Mike, 55.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. Third down here.
54 Mike. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Mariota on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So on fourth down, a big-time completion, and the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. A first down throw for Mariota. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point right down the middle. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
I got you. Pop. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Eckler. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. Set. 180. Hey, let's get this, get this. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Here's Gore. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games.